Hey everybody, Crystal Kitsune here, and welcome to our attempt at being smart. This is a game called Factitious. I watched the GT Live, Matt and Stephanie, play this game. Basically what it is it gives you news stories. And you read through and you have to determine whether or not it is fact or if it's fiction, essentially. So basically just read through the article, and there's like rounds. There's like 3 rounds, and they ask you so many questions in each round. We'll probably just do like 1 round or a couple questions in the first round or something. I'm not doing it with shots or anything this time. I'm just kind of getting into the feel of it because I don't want to drink shots if I get these wrong, because I could be smashed by the time I finish this game. I know at least with higher or lower, we only get through a couple rounds of that, so it's not that big of a deal. Maybe next time I play this, I'll play it with shots or something. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I already set up my account. If you want to do a full game of it instead of a quick start, you sign in with your email, and then you put in your your specs, kind of like your age, your education, like level of education, and whether or not you're savvy with news articles and such. So apparently MatPat's not really good at determining whether or not a article is fake or not. Stephanie, on the other hand, was really good. She was able to pick out, I think, 100% of the questions, whether they were fake or real. And then together at the 3rd round, they collabed together and got a better score. And it scores you depending on how well or how bad you do. Kind of like with, I think it was Would You Rather or something that we played or tried to play that one time, and then I did it again later, where it gives you a score, and the higher you get, then the better score, or the more questions you get right, like you follow the herd, then you get a better score. So anyway, I'm going to quit talking, and I'm just going to hit new game. So round 103, and it gives you your score thingy up here. So this is like how many questions you get. And then round 1 is you either put this here or this here, whether it's true or false, and then you go on from there. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I saw this one, they did this question. I don't know if it's the same for everyone. Like, is it the same actual test? But maybe they just cycle through them and I just happened to get this one. Humans now have a shorter attention span than goldfish. The average human's attention span is, oh, look, it's a bird. According to scientists, the age of smartphones has left humans with such a short attention span, even a goldfish could hold a thought for longer. Researchers surveyed 2,000 participants in Canada and studied the brain activity of 112 others using electroencephalograms. The result shows the average human attention span has fallen from 12 seconds in 2000, or around the time of a mobile revolution began, to 8 seconds. Goldfish, meanwhile, are believed to have an attention span of 9 seconds. The study by technology giant Microsoft did, however, find that the ability of humans to multitask has improved. While digital lifestyles decrease sustained attention overall, it's only true in the long term. The report says early adopters and heavy social media users front-load their attention and have more intermittent bursts of high attention. They're better at identifying what we want, and they don't want to engage with and need less to process and commit things to memory. So you read through that, and you try to determine whether or not it's a true article or if it's a fake article. Now, I did see this article on their live stream, so I know the answer. The answer is actually this is a true article. And then if you hit this, it'll say correct. And I should actually put the sound through the headphones for this, because I didn't actually know there was going to be like sound like that, so I'm just going to plug in the headphones so it's not so weird sounding. Okay, so yes, that's a real news article, and the source is The Telegraph, a major British newspaper generally regarded as reliable. It cites a Microsoft study which can be verified. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is a different article, so I don't know what the answer to this one is. Okay, so entire internet will be saved in Canada, or entire internet will be saved in Canada to keep it from Donald Trump. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Internet Archive. Okay, the Internet Archive. So my ears are itchy for some reason. I don't mean to be like, oh, picky with my face and everything. Okay, the Internet Archive, which exists to keep a store of the internet and of human knowledge, has said that it will be moving its store of the web to another country in order to keep it safe. Oh, okay, I understand now. President Donald Trump's suggestion to close up the internet has led the U.S. nonprofit to realize that it needs to make a mirror archive of the huge amount of information it's stored up, it said. That was a weird way to stop that sentence. It will put that information of the Internet Archive of Canada in a project that will cost millions but will keep the data safe. On November 9th, in America, we woke up to a new administration promising radical change. The archive wrote in a blog post, for us, it means keeping our cultural material safe, private, and perpetually accessible. It means preparing for a web that may face greater restrictions. Now, a couple years ago, there was talk about the internet and some sort of problem with it before, where they're going to crack down on the internet, and like especially with like YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, they were like going to crack down on a lot of the stuff that was going through. And this was a couple years ago. This was even before Trump came into office. So I'm gonna say that this is actually true, just because there has been talk of the internet being something. I'm not really sure. Like, it was a while ago, so, and I wasn't really honestly paying attention that much. But I vaguely remember that there was a thing about the internet before Trump even became president, that they were going to crack down on internet usage and stuff like that. Not so much being moved, the archives being moved to Canada, but something on those lines. So I'm going to say this is actually true. Yes! British newspaper. While some UK tabloids sensationalize news, The Independent is more on the reliable side. It's the Internet Archive's blog post, which is checkable. So, technically, it's correct. Okay, Trump's tweet costs Lockheed Martin $28 million per character. Now, that seems a little bit far-fetched. President-elect Donald Trump tweeted Lockheed Martin's F-35 program was out of control, causing shares to drop 4%. Oh, I see. So they were like, the tweet made people not want his shares or whatever. Trump tweeted that billions of dollars can and will be saved on military and other purchases once he takes office in January. So this is like an older article, because he hadn't been in office yet, or this is before he got inaugurated. After the tweet, the company's market value initially dropped $4 billion. The impact of Trump's tweet per character was more than $28 million. Shares of the aerospace company recovered some of those losses, ending the day about 2% lower. Lockheed Martin spokesman Bill Phelps said the company aims to reduce the cost of the F-35 stealth fighter program by 60%. He said that the company will welcome the opportunity to address any question the president-elect has about the program. Last week, after Trump took a shot at Boeing via Twitter, threatening to cancel its 747 Air Force One program, the company took a $1.4 billion hit to its market value. Now, to me, it seems like, excuse me, if this is like one of those articles that, like, Trump has done a lot of shit. Sorry, I'm putting the fan on because it's getting warm in here. Trump has caused a lot of problems since he's been in office. He's, like, making enemies out of a lot of people, from what I can tell. He's, like, openly, like, texting or tweeting places like this and calling them out, basically. And now that he's the president, he can actually like back that kind of stuff up. Whether or not it gets passed, you know, because the president has the ability to veto things, but they still need like the 3/4 vote or whatever. I'm not into politics. I never really into like government and all that kind of stuff, so I don't know a lot about what goes on. I mean, yeah, I learned about that stuff in school, but in one ear, out the other as soon as I didn't need it anymore. But this here sounds probably like something that Trump would do, because he causes a lot of problems with people that he shouldn't have. And it just seems like, yeah, he tweeted about something being bad, and then the stocks dropped because people who follow Trump are going to follow his word or whatever and cause problems. So I'm going to say this is true. Sources CNBC, the story is true, the tweet is public and checkable. You can also look at the stock prices for Lockheed Martin for the day, so it's true. Okay, this is another one that I saw on their live stream, so I know that it is true, right? Yeah, okay. I didn't need to read it because I already knew that it was true. Okay, so next one. Okay, Weasel apparently shuts down the world's most powerful particle collider. A small mammal has sabotaged the world's most powerful scientific instrument. The Large Hadron Collider, a 17-mile superconducting machine designed to smash protons together at close to the speed of light, went offline overnight. Engineers investigating the mishap found the charred remains of a furry creature near a gnawed-through power cable. We had electrical problems, and we're pretty sure that this was caused by a small animal, says Arunad Marsolais, head of press for CERN, the organization that runs the 7 billion particle collider in Switzerland. Although they had not conducted a thorough analysis of the remains, Marsolais, I think I'm pronouncing that right, it looks like it's French, says that they believe the creature was a weasel, probably. Update, an official briefing document from the CERN indicates the creature may have been a marten. Like, that's not too much different. Fortunately, Marsolais says scientists will have to wait while workers bring the machine back online. Repairs will take a few days, but getting the machine fully ready to smash might take another week or two. It may be mid-May, he says. Now, it's actually kind of funny because I've been watching, I've caught up to the most current season of The Big Bang Theory. And I don't know, like, I knew my grandfather watched it, and my uncle was watching it the other day. I saw it on his TV, and I'm like, well, you know, I should actually, like, watch this. And so I found all the different ones, all the different seasons, and I watched them, and I'm caught up to the current season. And they actually mentioned the Hadron Collider that it's in Switzerland, because there was one episode where Leonard won a trip to go see it, you know, become a thing, and he was going to invite his girlfriend Penny, but then Sheldon wanted to go, and so it was like a big old episode of who gets to go, blah 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 blah. So I mean, it was kind of funny that the Hadron Collider was actually, it's a real thing. It's not, they don't just make up things out of their ass. But I'm thinking that this could probably be true. I'm not really sure where the Hadron Collider is located in Switzerland. Like, is it in an open area, or is it like off a town or something? I mean, animals get into things all the time. Mice and rats get into houses and stuff, and it's not any new thing that rodents or rodent-like creatures will chew through things. So it's perfectly possible that a small mammal could have done that, but I would think they would have like better security, like something around the item to keep it from being intercepted by rodents and vermin. But I'm just gonna say it's true. NPR is a radio news site that does fact-based reporting. Photos by Solid Electronics via Flickr, Creative Commons. So, it's correct. So, I correctly identified real news 100% of the time. Now, I did put it kind of on easy, because I'm not really that savvy about news stuff. So, I put it kind of like on the easy setting. So, that's probably why these are kind of easy. Okay, so, this is round 2. So, I guess we can start round 2. We're got a little bit of time, so I think we can bash through a couple of these at least. Trump to limit all intelligent briefings to 140 characters. Soon after securing the Republican presidential nomination, Donald J. Trump swore off any and all assistance from the U.S. intelligence community, stating that he did not trust the briefings. I won't use them because they've made such bad decisions, he said. The Washington Post recently reported that a team of intelligence analysts have been prepared to deliver daily briefings on global developments and security threats to Trump after he won. But he has passed on all but 2 meetings. He declared he'd rather receive his daily briefings over his favorite social media platform, Twitter. I like Twitter because it trims off all the fat, Trump told Fox News. If you can't get your point across in 140 characters or less, then it can't be that important anyways. Now again, sounds like something that Trump would do, because he's all about Twitter. He's on Twitter all the time. I mean, I have somebody on my Twitter that I follow that reposts stuff from him all the time. Not that I followed Trump, but he doesn't either. He just reposts his stupid stuff because Trump is like all about anti-gay stuff, and the person is gay, and he retweeting all the asinine stuff that he posts about gay and Allie and all that stuff. So I said it's true. Incorrect. Oh, that's a fake article. I got one wrong. Satire has disclaimer. National Report is news and political satire, so it's not true. So I got that one wrong. Okay. Jackson husband and wife shocked after DNA test reveals they are biological twins. A doctor at a fertility clinic in Jackson, Mississippi, made a startling revelation concerning a couple who have sought treatment at the center. The married couple were twins who had been separated as infants. Now that sounds like a soap opera. The lab assistant who evaluated their DNA tests were shocked by the similarity of each profile. The doctor consulted the patient's files and noted with shock that both have the exact same birth dates listed in 1984. The names of the doctor and patients have been suppressed to protect their identities, of course. From what we were able to piece together, the biological parents of the couple had died in a car crash when the couple were infants. When the couple were infants, okay. And they had no close family willing to adopt them. They had been taken into state care and were adopted out to separate families, said the doctor. Due to a filing error, neither foster family had ever been told that their adopted child had a twin. The doctor explained that the couple had met during college and a relationship between the pair soon flourished. They were attracted to each other due to their similarities. Now, this sounds 100% believable. I mean, as fucked up as some of the stuff is, like, I haven't seen my father in, like, years, since I was 4. And I always had a problem, well, not a big problem, but like a concern that maybe one of these days I'll meet up with, like, a half brother, because since he left when I was 4, you know, he could have gotten with another woman and had more kids, which he did later on. I found out that I had a half sister, but I always was wondering, like, what if I have, like, half brothers out there that I could meet and get into, you know, to a relationship with, and then we find out that we're related because we had the same father. I mean, it seems kind of weird in a sense, but it can happen. And I, like, believe that something like this could happen, even though, like, the whole, like, they're actually not, like, half-siblings, but they're actually, you know, twins. It seems kind of weird, but I'm just gonna say it's fake. I was right. Don't feel bad, this tricky clickbait article also fooled Fox News and 2 British sites. Now, see, I figured that it was something that was too weird. Like, you know, how twins, they usually have, like, a really weird twin connection thing. So I would think, like, after a while, like, they would be wondering, like, why are they so similar? Like, they would kind of, like, check into it, maybe. I don't know. I just think that the biological twin thing was too much of a stretch. So I'm glad that it was actually fake. So, but we're actually out of time. So I think it will save my progress. I certainly hope so. So if we come back to this again, we can pick up where we left off. And this is actually kind of fun. I like watching the GT Live, because they come up with some really fun games that are like browser based, or you know, they don't cost anything, so you could just grab it just like that and play it. Because free games are always great. So I'm going to go ahead and close this episode out. I never said it that way before, but I'm going to end this episode for this day. So if you go, I'm forgetting my stuff already. Make sure to share and like this video and share with your friends. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, even though I don't really do much on Instagram. I'm like almost 100% on Twitter all the time. So if you follow me and all that, I'll know. If you go over here, there'll be a video that YouTube suggests that you check out. In the middle will be my face, so you can click on there to go subscribe. And over here will be a link to the merchandise store where you can get some merch. T-shirt, tote bag, whatever. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for watching. And as I'm recording this, it's my birthday today. But when you get this, it'll be the day after. So happy birthday to me. So I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.